trying some new bourbon in the year 2026. Well, we did have Old Forester last week. Trying our second new bourbon of 2026. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. This is from 15 Stars, First West Toasted Oak Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
That's a fistful right there.
Yeah.
15 Stars.
Yeah, it's 15 Stars is the group. It is the first, that's the distillery. Yeah. First West Toasted Oak Bourbon.
Wow.
Can I tell you, as we're recording this, we're doing video as well, and that light came on behind you too. I don't know what the deal is. Lights are just popping on left and right. So right now you've got this whole like blue hue behind you.
Angelic?
Kind of like daytime stripper. People show up for the buffet.
Oh, of course. And they stay for the... Go on.
So we've got ourselves a bourbon here that comes in at 98 proof. No applause. No applause for anything less than 100 proof from Fingers Malloy. This is a blend of 5, 6, and 7-year-old bourbons, Fingers Malloy. I want to say we've done something 15 Stars before, but I can't quite remember what it is. But I know we haven't done this. Oh, that's pretty. 5, 6, and 7-year-old Kentucky bourbon whiskeys is what makes this up. I like the blend idea more and more, I will admit. I mean, I can appreciate single barrels. I can appreciate what's happening. But if you want to create something where you're able to get longevity and, be able to offer it out more of the product to more people, the blends make perfect sense. And I'm starting to get a real appreciation that it doesn't just have to be the single barrel. It doesn't just have to be this, what you're told is, oh, well, that's what makes it good. Good is good, guys. Good is good. Now, this got released like 8 months ago. This is July 2025. And that nose, first of all, the color here, a little more in the honey, right? A little orange, not necessarily amber, not necessarily red. I'm going to say in the orange honey.
That's fair. I would agree with you there. As far as on the nose, I'm getting a nice bit of oak, no alcohol, ethanol at all, and some vanilla, and that's about it.
No, well, first of all, it's definitely sweet. It is a caramel vanilla sweet. It's a little sugary. It is a little sugary on the nose. You could apply that flavor, I think, kind of any way you would like. It's nice. There's no ethanol, no hard alcohol smell. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy and a little warm.
A little warm?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be me. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who's sniffing. Fingers Malloy, are you ready for this?
I'm just a guy for sniffing? Is that what you said?
Well, that could have been what I said.
Okay. I've been ready for this all day.
Fingers Malloy is going in, doing what we call the Kentucky Chew, moving the juice around the palate, trying to get a feel and a flavor for the flavors. Yeah, I said that right. I'm a believer in the 2 sips methodology. The first sip to set the taste buds. The second sip to really get an idea of the flavors. The High West, First West, not High West. First West, Toasted Oak, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey from 15 Stars out of Bardstown, Kentucky. What say you, Fingers? Are you all right? Your eyes watering?
Yeah, a little bit. There's vanilla, there's oak, there's a little hint of rye spice, and a nice little bit of chocolate on the finish. Very nice.
Really?
Yeah. Now starting to get a nice little bit of gentle warmth right around the region that Tony coined last week that he likes to refer to as the tum-tum.
The tum-tum.
So there's a little bit of warmth there. Yeah, it's very nice. That spice hit me, and it was a surprise.
Because you weren't expecting any rye?
No, I wasn't.
And I listen. I don't have any proof that rye is even in here.
But it's nice. I'm very happy with it. I'll be interested to see what you think. It is sweet, but I'll be interested to see if it's too sweet for you.
I'm going in.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it for myself. First West, the Toasted Oak right here. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 5, 6, 7-year blend of bourbons. To your health, to you, Fingers Malloy.
To me,
and
Fingers
to yours.
Malloy. He's going in, ladies and gentlemen, and he's doing what we like to call the Memphis Munch, the Chattanooga Chomp, Saginaw Swish. Is he going in for seconds?
2 sips. I'm living by it.
Oh, wow. He's going back in, ladies and gentlemen. He's a 2-sip Tony is what he is.
Well, that's what they called me in grade school. Okay. Spicier than I thought based on the nose. Not heavy spice. Definitely resting, excuse me, on the on the tongue there. Not as thick, not as rich as I thought it would be. Played much thinner than that. That finish is nice. Okay, now that's where the oak is. The oak was absolutely not there on the palate, not at all. I thought it was a little thin. It was pleasant. It's like, okay. Oh, it's all in the finish, and now it's creeping itself down and into the chest. Now it's happening in the finish. That's very good.
Are you getting chocolate on the finish too? Am I talking you into chocolate on the finish?
Are you incepting me?
What can I do to put you in chocolate in the finish today?
No, I can't say that I do. I think that the finish is there. I think the finish is kind of lasting. It's still on the tongue. The finish is very pleasant. I was right about warm. It didn't hit that way. It has become that way. Now, I'm good 60 seconds after the drink. Now it's a fully formed drink. Now it's all there. And that is fine. That, I think, for people who want a little more on the palate, want a little more punch, a little more flavor, a little more shape, there's going to be I wish there was a little bit more there. It is a little thin. But if you're willing to wait for that finish, that is all right. The First West Toasted Oak, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Fingers Malloy. Is this in your liquor cabinet now? Now, here's where we go from here. Is this in your liquor cabinet for an MSRP of $70 or for the on-sale price I got for it of $51?
I'll have to see what it's like with some water in it. 70, no. 51, yes.
Yeah, I think you have to be somebody who's willing to let the bourbon wait to do the work. And if understanding people as I do, as people who are, amateurs like us engaging and trying things, we want that. We want to feel it right away. And if we don't, we feel like something's missing, something's lost. I don't actually believe that to be the case. It just is a little thin on the palate for me. So I'm going to know it's 70. I'll try a little bit more at $51 a bottle. Keep it here. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy, and this is Eat, Drink, Smoke. This just in, your stomach may explode.
Yeah. Happens to me 3 times a week.
We know. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. The New York Post is reporting that doctors warn a dangerous ingredient in fancy cocktails can cause your stomach to explode. And that's why Fingers stopped drinking fancy cocktails years ago.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to go with a Crystal Pepsi joke.
Nah, no, it's not my style. The story is that if you've ever seen a fancy drink, you walked into the saloon and you said, "Barkeep." That's how you do it, right?
That's how you do it.
Tell me how you do it.
Barkeep?
That's what I thought. Which is different than the shopkeep, because that sounds like this.
Shopkeep?
You get a joke that you get a drink, not a joke. I'm an idiot. That looks like smoke or fog. It likely contains liquid nitrogen. Nitrogen gas that's been supercooled into a liquid, very cold, has to be held in special containers because it boils at room temperature. It can cause frostbite when in contact with the skin or the tissues. And if you were to drink that regularly, you will immediately die. Hold on, wait. Our lawyer said we can't say that. Some people think that it is super cool to put liquid nitrogen into a beverage and watch the fog that comes out of the drink so you can take a pic for your social media. But not everyone is aware of the risks that come with drinking a drink made with liquid nitrogen. It's a ticking time bomb. That was also me. That's not in the article whatsoever.
I'm just glad you corrected yourself because I don't want to get sued by big liquid nitrogen.
Right.
Because their lawyers have deep, deep pockets.
Yep, and they'll put the freeze on you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You've just been dad joked.
How many of these do you have to drink? Because if you drink them, you'll have this gas in your belly and it'll move and it'll cause a distended abdomen, and that can crush other organs. It can have respiratory failures and internal bleeding, and then that stuff can freeze tissues, and that exacerbates the damage, and then you'll get the gout. Have you ever heard of this happening?
No. And I wonder, listen, you usually see these cocktails in these fancy cocktail lounges, and when you're ordering something like this, it usually costs somewhere in the neighborhood of $74.
Right.
Who is drinking one after another? And the other thing, too, is you would think at some point after you have one, you'd be like, okay, that was nice, but I think I'm going to try something else now. Yeah. Does the liquid nitrogen really up the flavor profile on a drink where you're like, you know what, this would have been good, but boy, they put that liquid nitrogen in, and now it's a festival of flavor.
I think that you're having trouble separating the moment of enjoyment and the moment of enjoying being an elitist snob. I think that's your issue, Fingers.
I'm just a simple blue-collar Joe.
That's what I've always said about you. People ask me, what is Fingers Malloy like? I'm like, Fingers is just a simple blue-collar Joe. That's all he is.
I wear my hard hat, and I pack my lunch in a lunch pail, and I take it to work.
Have you ever used a lunch pail?
Yes.
That's like one of those metal things at the top just opens like a clamshell, and it's got your thermos on the top, and then it's got your cold cut, your loose meat sandwich there on the bottom, maybe with a piece of fruit and a bag of chips you put in a Ziploc.
My God, it's like you're a blue collar Joe.
Right.
Yes, I did. Many moons ago. I now I have a cooler.
Oh.
Yes.
So you pack the cooler if you're doing blue collar Joe things.
Yes, with the loose meat sandwich.
You got the loose meat, or maybe do you refer to as cold cuts or lunch meat?
Lunch meat.
Yeah. You are going to hell.
What is it? Cold? You call it cold cuts?
Yes.
So when you're making out, when Tony Katz decides he's going to the local market to get his groceries, and he pulls out his notebook because he likes to write out a grocery list using
calligraphy.
Yes.
And parchment.
And he's got his number 2 pencil. When you get to the
scroll it there in the fresh fruit aisle, and I say, hear ye, behold my list of appetizing delights.
And the people say, oh, Tony's back.
Stand back, peasants, for your Lord has come to engage some shopping. I say shopping.
But then
my grandmother allegedly used to say marketing. She didn't go shopping. She went marketing. That's a true story. She was very special. Very special.
I just can't equate that little skit you did, following that up with, I need cold cuts.
Yeah, and here's the math.
Okay.
You grew up with what you grew up with. Like,
sure.
You mistakenly call soda pop, right?
It depends on who I'm with.
Yeah.
When I'm with Michigan people, I call it soda to annoy them. And then when I'm around people who I know call it soda, I call it pop. It's a little game I like to play. People really enjoy it.
The whole term lunch meat, I find gross. It's gross.
Why?
Because it sounds so unappealing. Lunch meat. lunch meat.
As opposed to cold cuts?
Man was found dead in his apartment after being assaulted with lunch meat. That's what it sounds like. Yet you would think cold cuts would be more deadly. No, lunch meat it sounds so unappetizing.
Do you think this is a regional thing?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Jersey, it was cold cuts.
Huh.
It's like sub or hoagie.
That's a sub.
Yeah, I think it's a sub too. But you ask people down in Philly, they'll tell you it's a hoagie. And then there's the grinder, not the website.
Thank you for the clarification.
I needed to do that for the stations
and for people who have a smartphone near them.
There's a. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can do the routine. I can't do it on air.
No, you can't. I know where you're going.
Pete Holmes?
Yes.
There's a comic by the name of Pete Holmes who in his stand-up routine starts yelling about needing a sexual aid. He needs this sexual aid, and he keeps saying the term. I need and he would discuss how long it is, sexual aid. And he would keep saying, he said it like 15 times, and he would then say, enjoy your searches, everybody. Enjoy opening up Facebook. Because you talk about something, the next thing you know, there it is as an ad for you. So that's just very funny. Very, very witty and bright. But no, lunch meat is gross. Where were we? Oh, yeah, your stomach will explode.
Not because of lunch meat. There's no liquid nitrogen in lunch meat that I know of. Or cold cuts.
Not anymore.
Maybe cold cuts.
Not since the great lunch meat disaster of 2008. Now, doesn't lunch meat sound gross, though?
I never thought of it that way. No? I'm still going to call it lunch meat.
But you do call it a sub, even though you're from Michigan. You call it a sub.
We call it a sub up there. I not too much hoagie talk up there.
Can I tell you? I'll get into it later. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Eat, Drink, Smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy. You find everything we do at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. We are smoking from room 101. It is the Connecticut Super Toro 6x56. Now, it's spelled F-A-R-C-E. I thought it was farce. Finger said, what if it's farce? And I don't know how it's pronounced, actually.
I was half joking, but
now it's all I can think about. It's all I can think about. So, Matt Booth and Room 101, how is it properly pronounced? It is a really interesting Connecticut here. Now, I've had a couple of issues with it, but we also set it down. We're doing other things in the show, talking a lot. So sometimes that happens. Also could be a humidor issue that I'm having, but it's in the main smoking very lovely. It has very much smoothed out from a lot of that cocoa, bittersweet kind of little coffee, big wood spice that I got at the first that was a little too much. It's now settled into a nice, easy Connecticut, but I would not call it creamy. And I think it's got a little more punch to it. So this is definitely playing in the medium, but it doesn't have a nuttiness, a nutty cream to it. It doesn't have a vanilla to it. It doesn't have that kind of softness. It's fine. It's not overpowering now. There's a little bit of richness to it, but I'm not sure what exactly that flavor is. So at $12.50 a stick, it is nice, but I don't know. Compared to other Room 101 products that I've had, I think I'm up for those things more than this, but it also could just be me, which is why I always suggest smoking it again, right? Different things you ate, you drank, weather, all those things affecting palate could really affect the whole flavor profile.
At the beginning of the show, you mentioned you thought it was smoking like a medium.
Yes.
Have you changed your mind on that?
I'm still there. I'm still there on the medium.
I was at mild, and now I'm starting to go into more of the medium camp as I'm getting into the final third. For me, I had those cedar notes, going back and forth between cedar and hay. There's a little bit of a creamy sweetness to it. That's gone away, and now a good bit of spice has picked up as I've gotten into the final third, and I'm still a yes on this because, it's something different that normally isn't in my humidor, but something that at that price point, $12, $12.50 a stick, and we've been smoking this for a while. I think it's a yes for me, but we both had issues with it.
Yeah.
It could totally be just this particular stick, and that it was a tough, really hard draw.
I will say I thought I was going to have more issues with it. I've had less issues than I thought, but I don't know if it's the stick or my humidor at this stage.
Yeah, it's been a tight draw for me, and I've done the old pinch and roll, and it's gotten better now that I'm in the final third. But at this point, I lean yes.
And we are drinking from 15 Stars, the First West Toasted Oak Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I thought this was thin. Had a nice, appealing, sweet nose. I thought this was thin on the palate, but the finish really came out with the oak, a little bit of that spice. You asked, do I get chocolate? I did not. And I thought that finish lasted. I thought that finish was outrageously pleasant. My question was, would people be willing to forego the lack of palate to get to the finish? And I think people want both, but I could be wrong. You got different flavors out of this.
I got vanilla, the oak, and that spice really hit you. And then on the finish, I got some chocolate. It wasn't so delayed. My satisfaction with this as it was for you, but I will say, $70 for me is a no. $50, I would think about it, and I would definitely recommend it at your favorite cigar lounge, especially a cigar lounge, to try a pour and see what you think.
So I added a cube.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear it; it's kind of melted in there. So ice or water will bring down proof, right? This is 98 proof. It'll bring down proof. It's the only thing that can bring down proof, and it will change complexion. Some things be more pronounced, some things more muted. Fingers added a little bit of water to his. Spicier in the palate, spicier in the finish. Still getting the oak. This is MSRPing $70. I found it on sale for $51. I think I liked it better neat than with the cube. And I just don't think this matches my overall flavor profile. I think that the missing of the palate for me is more than I want. If I had oak on the palate, if I had a real rich oak going in, I think I'd feel differently because it is nice. It is nice. I just it's big on spice, and right now with the cube, it's really staying there in the chest. Now it's hit the chest. But you had a little bit of water. What say you?
I would agree with you on it being thin because there's no real coating that lingers on your tongue, and that spice does hit you a little bit more with a little bit of water in it. I'm still getting oak and a little bit of chocolate on the finish. Listen, for me, this is all about value. And you start talking $70 a bottle, I can think of bourbon that I like that I could buy 2 bottles for at that price. I would definitely, if I were out on the town and I saw this at a lounge, I would get a pour. I like it. I just don't know at that price point if it's something that I could say it would be in my liquor cabinet.
It's time, Fingers Malloy, for News of the Week.
So, Tony, we have mentioned Kroger grocery stores from time to time on this show for, reasons that I don't really want to get into because I want to actually be positive about Kroger.
They're trying to sell you cell phone service.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's happened quite a bit, and it's
weird.
Been very annoying. And so I don't want to come across as totally anti-Kroger. Kroger is a very popular grocery store chain in the Midwest and in the South. They are rolling out, Tony, AI-powered shopping carts. This is very exciting. They piloted this shopping cart program in Ohio, Texas, and Arizona. You will be able, with the AI-powered touchscreen, to navigate store aisles and scan items and track what you're spending and even pay for your groceries right there at the old grocery cart.
I don't care. We're just trying to. Are you telling me that it's such a hassle? You know what? Okay, you win. Fine. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to connect with anybody. Just put everything in the cart. Tell me what I owe. Why not just put the chip right in my wrist and decide whether or not I'm eating too many calories by what I'm buying? And that's enough, because that's where we're going. That's where we're going.
You took that to a really dark place.
It is the dark place.
I went from, wouldn't it be nice to be able to just have grocery bags on you and scan the item and put it right in the bag and just walk out with the cart, and you've got us with computer chips in our wrists based on this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What is it that was in the Terminator movies? Whatever the Skynet or whatever it is that's coming to be our overlord, this is one step closer. It is what it is. We are just waiting to be run by the machines, and people who can't just get online and check out. We already have the Instacart where the food gets dropped off at your home. Mm-hmm. Now we need the AI to know what we're buying, so it can give us recipes. It could suggest, it's going to suggest calorie counts. It's going to suggest you're eating too much of this and your doctor doesn't like it. And then it's going to cross-reference your medical records. And the next thing you know, you're not allowed to buy that cake for dessert because you've already had your allotments. We are all going to be slaves. Slaves, I say.
Thank you, Kroger, for making my shopping experience a little bit easier.
And stop trying to sell me cell phone service, you freaks.
Yeah, that's true. That is ridiculous.
Every time Fingers walks in, someone's like, hey, how's your cell phone service? You want to switch your cell phone service? And they open up their trench coat. Want to check out some cell phone service? Huh?
The other day, it was a satellite dish.
No. I didn't think it was 1993. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Being the Hoosiers that we are, of course, it was all eyes on IU defeating Miami, winning the national championship 27-21, being 16-0. And this is the turnaround story of turnaround stories. I want to make sure I'm clear. There is no bigger turnaround story in sports. This is it. What Curt Cignetti, coach of the IU Hoosiers, did with this football team, did with the city of Bloomington, did with the University of Indiana. Well, I should say Indiana University. The university that is Indiana University. You know what I meant. University of Indiana, something completely different.
Boy, you were about to get a whole
I know. The way I said it made it think I didn't know where I live. Just all sorts of silly. It's Indiana University. And sometimes people do call it University of Indiana. And then again, some people refer to the people who live here as Indianans, and that's just sad. It's so sad. It's Hoosiers, people. You can't help but celebrate. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That's America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. Oh, I would have gotten so many emails if I didn't self-correct right there. It was the flow. I know. But incredible victory, incredible season. And there's talks, of course, as there always is, of, hey, how do we do this college playoff? And was it really done right? And who got left out? Notre Dame wasn't in the college playoff, and they bowed out of bowl games. Like, we're not interested. Thanks, but no thanks. Gotta go. So there's tremendous money here. There's tremendous opportunity here. Do you think they do the college playoff right?
No.
How should they do it?
I don't know. Well, one thing, they need to not have these smaller non-Power 5 conference.
So no JMUs?
No, I mean, when you know that, okay, we're basically, you want to be able to reward a team for having a great season. But everybody knows that they aren't going to win the national championship, and they're probably going to get blown out the first game that they play. So what are we doing here? Why are we having these teams in the tournament? But
everybody who is a potential competitor should be a real potential competitor.
Yes, absolutely. Not a participation trophy.
I can appreciate that. I don't think those teams would appreciate you saying that about them, but I appreciate the math, and I don't know if that means expanded or what have you. In the NFL, there's a story from NBC Sports where Robert Kraft, who's the owner of the Patriots, says, I want to tell you guys that we're going to push like the Dickens now to make international games more important with us. Every team will go to 18 regular season games. 2 preseason games. Eliminate one of the preseason games, and every team every year will play 1 game overseas. Oh. Now, this, of course, is making the NFL an international brand. This is about the money. They've seen the results in London and in were they Madrid? They're Germany, right? Mexico City. They've played. So they see this. They see the dollar signs. Do the players want this? 18 games, 2 preseason, which is really not much of a workout at all, by the way, and you're expected to win all 18. It's an expectation that I don't know is rational.
They want the money, but they don't want that schedule. It's so unreasonable to expect some of these teams, especially the real thing that really needs to be investigated when it comes to the NFL and injuries are these short turnarounds to Thursday night football. Yeah. The NFL, and I can understand why they're coming at it from this perspective. If you look at the highest rated television shows, top 20, just single air, it's always NFL games dominate. And it doesn't matter if it's a really bad NFL game. On Thursday night, people are going to tune in and watch. The problem is the players have such a short turnaround.
So they played on Sunday, and now they're playing on Thursday.
Yes. The Lions, I'll give an example. They played on...
How are they doing in the playoffs?
They did not make it this year, but that's okay.
But the Bears did.
Yes, they did. Congratulations to Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. And the Green Bay Packers were in the playoffs. Good for them. We'll see if they're all there next year. That's all.
Okay. I like it. I like the pro action there.
But the Lions played 1 extra preseason game because they played in the Hall of Fame game, and then they played on Thanksgiving and they played on Christmas. It's really getting to the point where they are asking, I believe, too much from these guys. They're talking about this 18th game regular season with all the injuries, a lot of soft tissue stuff. I look at George Kittle from San Francisco, Achilles. Blew out his Achilles. I think of, several NFL players that blew out Achilles this year. Adding the 18th game, it's going to be interesting how they go about doing it, because are they going to introduce a second bye week for these players to be like, okay, this is the thing that we will concede. We'll give you a second bye week.
So now it's a 19-week season. No, wait, it's a 20-week season.
Yes. So basically, they'll be playing NFL football into March.
A 20-week season. That is 5 months. Now you've got 2 preseason games. Mm-hmm. Then you've got playoffs.
I was exaggerating, but yeah.
No, but you'll be starting in early August, and you would be playing through February.
Pretty close to it. Pretty close to the end of February, yeah. But, Robert Kraft brings up, listen, the salary cap keeps going up. We need more revenue. These streaming services, all of them are begging for more NFL football.
Right.
So now you're in a situation where you're trying to make those entities happy. And the consumer, of course, sits back and they feel like they're being taken advantage of between having one home game possibly taken away from you to let your team play in London or Berlin. Okay, you want to see your team, you have to have cable and 5 different streaming services. It's getting outrageous.
Doesn't the team not playing 8, well, it would be more than 8 home games now, but I'm thinking of a traditional 16 week season, the old school. So doesn't this take away from the idea of not just season ticket holders, but why would I build you a stadium when you're going to be playing so many of your games not in the stadium? Why am I spending? There's a whole story in Indiana about the possibility of the Bears coming and putting their stadium in Northwest Indiana, and I'm all in favor of this, although I have real issues with some of the floated plans for how this would be built and where the money comes from. I'm in favor of the revitalization of Northwest Indiana, Hammond and Gary, these areas that you may have heard of that have been for years just horrible. They've wanted to build and it just hasn't come, and people aren't coming there, and this would be a huge revitalization. But now I'm going to put up $1 billion+ for a stadium, and the teams think they should be able to own the stadiums. and you're not even going to be there full time.
It is quite an ask, isn't it?
It's a huge ask.
Yeah. Well, ideally, from the NFL's perspective, and they just haven't been able to figure out a way to do it, is they would like one team in Europe, particularly London, figure out the logistics. But at the end of the day, you have to convince players to your first round draft pick. You lived in Texas your entire life, and now you're moving to London. Yeah, that also is a big ask. But you know what?
It's a small ask. Heading over to Defiance Beef and getting steaks directly to your door. DefianceBeef.com. Use promo code EatDrinkSmoke and get $150 off your order. The steaks, the strips, the ribeyes, the tenderloins. You get a brisket. We made the cube steak the other day. Incredible. Aged 21 days, cut to your specification, delivered directly to you. Each steak, vacuum packed, frozen, right into the chest freezer, and then incredible on the grill, incredible on the cast iron. DefianceBeef.com from Indiana directly to you. Incredible family doing incredible work. Go to DefianceBeef.com. Use promo code EatDrinkSmoke and get $150 off your order. DefianceBeef.com.
I could agree to 18 weeks of Defiance Beef.
Finally, we're on to something. The NFL is going to end up paying these players even more.
Of course.
These contracts are going to be out of control. You want to check out what we were smoking, what we were drinking, be sure to get the podcast wherever it is you get your podcast. Just look for Eat, Drink, Smoke and the all new, spectacular eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Check out the site for yourself. Next time, guys, it's Eat, Drink, Smoke.
Follow Eat, Drink, Smoke on social media, on Twitter @GoEatDrinkSmoke, on Facebook, facebook.com/EatDrinkSmoke, and Instagram @EatDrinkSmokePodcast. Hey, you made it all the way through to the end of this video. We're proud of you.
You should watch more of our videos. Make sure you subscribe right there to Eat, Drink, Smoke, wherever it is you get your videos, on YouTube, on Rumble, and don't forget Instagram, Eat, Drink, Smoke Podcast, where we've got the shorts and some very cool things going on.